Stacking functions. These guys are having a ball, all right? Feasting. I just filled their food dishes. We can go up and look, they're full. But these autumn olives are ripe and falling. And I love them. We make a tasty jam out of jelly out of these. It's a silverberry. So it's a nitrogen fixing plant. We use it in a bush layer. So it has those multiple uses. Feeds the birds around us. When you walk by it in the spring, it just smells wonderful as it's flowering. It's right behind the goumyberry, which does that first, and the silverberry, which does that last. The winterberry, silverberry. So we have a series of 3 of them in this guild. We use them in succession. One flowers first thing in the spring, a little later on. And then into the summer, this one flowers, giving us fruit in that same routine, same pattern. I cut them back into, you hear the bear. Let's see. I cut them back. So one year I'll cut the silverberry. We'll still get a good harvest from the goumi and the autumn olive. This is not the invasive autumn olive. This is a called an amber autumn olive we use. You can see I cut this back 2 years ago, or last year actually. The goumi will be this year. So it's a nitrogen fixing tree, bush. Pulling nitrogen out of the air, out of the roots or out of the soil around it. Sorry, I gotta eat these blackberries, they're getting mushy. But it's also feeding those chickens, the soil, us, the birds and insects around us, calling in the beneficial insects, calling in the pollinators. So the whole yard is planted like that. Those levels of a food forest, those layers, trying to stack those functions, multiple uses of each plant, of each thing within the system, from the stones catching energy, the swales and the ponds catching water and energy, and so on. I just want to show you here, we got our first pawpaws. Just about ripe. I ate one the other day and it split open. It wasn't quite there. I think this one is. Give it a couple more days. Unless the bear finds it. But this is our solution. There are no solutions at this point. But this is our pattern to degrowth. This is what we do. Anyone that's not familiar, I'm George, Fat Ninja Food Forest. We're on a ½ acre in the city of Asheville, North Carolina. Thought I'd use that opportunity to show those ducks and chickens feeding themselves. If anyone's still listening, I also thought it was interesting that these grapes, I just hit the point that we've been munching on them for almost a month now. They just hit that point where they were fabulous. Literally that next day, I came out, I was gonna make jelly from them. They're almost all gone. Nature knows better than us. They don't harvest the mature fruit for the most part. Shared a video with Mr. Cardinal. Squirrels climbing out here on the mulberries. They climb right out the branches and it tips over. They just sit there and munch on mulberries. So we're feeding that diversity of animals around us. There's plenty to go around for us, using the food forest, planted in layers, stacking those functions, catching and storing that energy. Besides the annual garden, more traditional annual garden, still lots of perennials. Lots of herbs and mints and teas, Tulsi basil, amaranth, lemon balm. Is it motherwort? Catnip, just so on and so forth. Lots of things mixed in. I'm rambling at this point. Change is better than holiday. George, Fat Ninja Food Forest. Classes, consultations, worms,